Good morning. Hey, y'all. Good morning. I'm here. Better late than never. Had a lot to do this morning, y'all. I'm so sorry. Had a lot to do this morning. So we're here. Better late than never, right? We are here. Thank you, guys. Good morning. I see y'all. I'll give you guys just a second to come on in. I see y'all. Sis, I pray that all is well with your son. He is getting better. He has an appetite. He's getting better. And I know he's getting better because he's starting to get on my nerves just a little bit. So I said, yes, Lord, you are working. You are working, Lord, because he's back to his normal self again. I love my baby. I said yesterday, yes, he's getting there. He's getting to feeling a little better because he's on my nerves just a little bit, Lord. So you are definitely doing what you do. But yes, thank you guys for being here. I see y'all coming in. I see you. Oh, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get started. I got all my other computers rolling here. Lordy, I got so much going on up here. All right, let's go ahead and start with our disclaimer. Disclaimer. All right. All right. Thank y'all for being here. We have our disclaimer up. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion. Okay. Yes. Greetings to all. This is the Caramel Rell Show. For those of you who don't know, and this is your first time watching, I hope you guys have had a great morning thus far, getting where you need to go, doing what you need to do. Yes. All right. Okay. Shout out to any content creators joining us this morning. And thank you, mods, for being here as well as my Caramelians. Okay. Let's get started. Melody Holt, you guys know who she is, the star of Love and Marriage Huntsville, has spoken out. It seems that a lot of things going on, including the court battle, is kind of low key, getting under her skin just a little bit. Okay. And she wrote a post to actually talk about it and or address it. I'm going to read it to you guys and I'll show you guys as well. Her post that she put up on her IG. Okay. And I'm going to give my take on it and we're going to talk about it just a little bit. Okay. Aside from all the other great topics that I have for you guys this morning. Okay. All right. So she says, this was one of those times when I literally had to remind myself of how I've pushed through so many times. Okay. She says, I had to remind myself that I will never allow the enemy to win. All right. She says, canceling wasn't an option due to being emotionally drained. Let me start over. It says, I had to remind myself that I will never allow the enemy to win. Canceling wasn't an option due to being emotional drained after this week's shenanigans. And this is the week that they had to go to the custody hearing. Okay. She says, and I did just that. I pushed the F through. Okay. When you writing like that, that means you are very passionate about what you're saying. You're feeling away. You're in your feelings a little bit. You're frustrated. You're tired. And I can imagine after 3 years of being in custody court over a custody battle with your ex-husband who refuses to let go and allow you to live your life and want to continue to use your children against you. When you have other things that are more important to you in your life, it can be a lot. She's running businesses. She's being a mother. She's traveling. She's trying to move on with her dating life. It can be very stressful to continue to deal with the person who don't want to let go and allow you to live your life and be your best self. Okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and show you guys the post so that you know I'm reading straight from her IG. This is her. As you can see at the top, it says Melody Cherie. That is her IG. Okay. So that is from her. Yes. It's a lot, y'all. Martell is being the desperate devil that he is and not allowing Melody to be her true self and he's trying to break her. He's trying to break her. This whole court custody case is a means to break her. Okay. And to throw her off from forging ahead with her life. All right. It's giving too much. It's giving desperate. It's giving my last attempt to try to make you feel a certain way for leaving me. He's upset that she left. All right. Martell's focus is on trying to break Melody, like I said, and make her pay for walking away and leaving him to struggle when, in fact, he caused this struggle. Okay, you had everything. We talked about it so many times over here. I don't have to break it down like I've broken it down before. Okay. He's trying to make her lose everything, including her mind. Okay. But when your mind is on the one up high, honey, you cannot break and or make me lose my mind when my mind is on God. Okay. I'm just saying. She continues to stay prayerful, and you have to in situations like this because it's designed to throw you off. It's a distraction. We go through things in our life that is meant to be distractions in our life, but you have to have tunnel vision as it relates to your life and where you're going, because everything in your life is supposed to happen. I don't think people realize that. We always like to cry and say, why is this happening to me? Well, it's supposed to happen. If you weren't meant to go through these things, he will not put more on you than you're able to bear. Okay. He will not put, I'm going to say it again. He will not put more on you than you're able to bear. He knows how much you can take. God knows how much Melody can take in this situation with Martell. He just does. You just have to pray and pray your way through it. It's not gonna get easier. Okay. He's not gonna just give you what you want when you pray for it. Because some things you just have to go through. If he give you everything that you want when you pray for it, you will not, how can I say this? You will not appreciate where you are when you get to going. Does that make sense? Let me break it down to somebody who may not understand what I'm saying. Think about a child who is just learning how to walk. Okay. It's scary. And that's how we go through things like that too. A child that's first learning how to walk, that moment for them can be, they're excited about it, but they're very scared in that moment to fall. All of us get in places in our lives where we're scared to fall and make mistakes. Okay. But as children, when they're first learning to walk, they understand, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put one foot in front of the other and I might fall, but I'm looking around and I see that mama got her hands around me. Y'all understand where I'm going with that? That is the way God is in our life. We're going to go through hard things in our life, but you have to continue to put one foot in front of the other and look around and know that he got you. And I know Melody watched my channel and listened to my channel. She has to realize that what she's going through with Martell is not a haphazard event. You have to look around and know that the person that made you and knows how much you can bear and or put up with has his hands around you. And when he got his hands around you, you might fall, but it ain't gonna hurt you. Okay, did that make sense? You might knock me down, but it's not gonna hurt me. Because every time I get up, you're strengthening me to move on to the next level in my life. And that goes for anybody who have haters, who have people that constantly try to break you and keep you from going to your destination. Trust me, the devil knows where you're going in your life. He used to be an angel. So he is privy to all the things that you are that you have in your life, all the blessings that's coming into your life. He knows about all these things in your life. Okay. He knows where you're going. He knows your destination. So he knows that if he can take your eyes off of where you're going and or where you're trying to go and be in life, then he has won. But you have to stay focused and keep tunnel vision in your life so that those things do not throw you off and or keep you from reaching your destination. Okay. It's all about destination. It's all about focus. It's all about having your prayer life in order. I talk about it all the time. I pray a lot over here. I have to, because we all go through things in life. Certain things, it's hard to deal with. I know it is. It's frustrating when you have to deal with immature individuals who should be mature enough to say, you know what? I know this did not work between me and you. Let's just move on and raise the kids together, amicably. But sometimes you run into people that just cannot be mature enough to do that. So you have to kind of pray your way through it. It's like stepping on hot coals. It's going to hurt, but you got to keep walking. If you stop, it's going to continue to burn you. Okay. So what don't kill me is definitely going to make me stronger. And that's how I have to look at certain situations in my life. I don't always understand it. It's not always for us to understand. Okay. It's not always for you to understand. Just go through it. Keyword through. That means you're still moving. Okay. Keyword, go through it. Don't stop. We talked about it before. When you're going through storms, don't sit there in the middle of it. Keep going. The storm is going to be behind you. Keep going. Keep driving. I see people do that all the time. Why are you pulling over on the side of the road when it's raining and you can't? Keep going. And that's how we have to be in life. Okay. Martell knows that he cannot get to Melody in terms of making her jealous as it relates to Ariane, because that's what it was designed to do. Ariane was a distraction in Melody and Martell's marriage. Let me break it down to y'all. And this is something I thought about. He didn't love her. If he loved her, they would be married by now. Okay? If he loved her, they would be married by now. He didn't love her. He didn't really want her. He wanted what she offered, and he could use her in a means to throw her off. Okay? Go back and look at some of the previous episodes when he said to her, you weren't being what I wanted you to be in a marriage. So she was giving me this and she was giving me that. So he chose her because she was willing to conform to what he wanted her to conform to, just like the devil. He was using her to be what he wanted her to be, because Melody would not step down as to who she was as a woman to say, okay, I will give up my integrity and be what you want me to be. So he used someone who was weak-minded like Ariane as a means to throw her off and give him what he wanted and make her jealous. But when Melody saw what this whole game was, it was a game, and she decided, I'm not going to play this game anymore. I'm going to take my things as well as my children out of this situation because it's toxic. Move on with my life. Ariane was a pawn. Okay? And that is what the devil does. He uses people as a means to hurt them, steal, kill, and destroy. Okay? He tried to do it with Melody, but he didn't understand. Martell did not understand the person who made her was the person who took her out of that situation. She had to stay in that situation for a certain amount of time. And before she got to that breaking point to where it completely broke her, he snatched her out of there. And that's just how it goes in life. Stay in it. Go through it. Pray your way through it. Get out of it. When he tells you to move. That's when she said, God said go. Boom. He snatched her up out of it. Let everybody else laugh at you. It don't matter. Because when I get to my destination and where I'm going, I'm going to get the last laugh out of this. Melody has the last laugh in this thing. Look at Ariane. Look at Martell. Okay? Right in their faces. Every time you turn around, this girl is doing something else. She's on tour right now, on a sold-out tour. She has businesses that are thriving the day of that she put them out. And everything that Martell puts out, it's doing nothing. Everything that Ariane is putting out, it's not going anywhere. Okay? There's a certain type of blessing that you get in life when you go through certain things. And yes, I said it's going to hurt. It's going to bruise you. It's going to hurt your ego. It's going to embarrass you. But you have to go through these things, y'all. Okay? The one thing that Martell knows that would get Melody's attention is those children. He can't hurt her in terms of her heart because it's not there anymore. You can't hurt a person who don't care no more. You can't hurt me if I don't care no more. Okay? If I don't care no more, I remove my feelings from you. It don't matter what you say, do. I don't care how many times you drive by my house. It don't bother me no more because I ain't checking for you. And that's her favorite thing to say. I'm not checking for that no more. Y'all know that's what Melody's favorite thing is to say. So the one thing that he can do to get to her is by using her children. And we see it in the media so many times. We see it on social media. Okay? Where he's ignoring Sugar Mama. She's the baby. Sugar Mama is Melody's baby. She loves her. She still sleep with Melody. Melody already talked about it. Okay? He ignores Sugar Mama for Knox, the bastard child. I got to call him that because that's what it is. For anybody that have a problem with that, have a problem with God because that's what he named it. Okay? Go look in your Bible. Go look in the Bible. A child born out of wedlock is called a bastard child. People get mad at it. It's harsh. But it's facts. I speak facts over here. If I'm too raw, I'm sorry, I'm sushi. Okay? Sushi is raw. I'm sorry, I'm sushi. Caramel sushi. That's going to be my name over here because I'm raw. We got to speak it what it is. It's in the Bible. A child born out of wedlock is a bastard. So he uses the children, little baby Sugar Mama, to tug at Melody's heartstrings as a means to lift up the bastard and put down the baby. The one that he thought was going to save his marriage, that did not save it. He thought Sugar Mama was going to save his marriage, but it didn't. So since it didn't, he uses the bastard child as a means to get back at Melody. He takes pictures showing the child on his lap and puts his other child in the back seat. He puts his bastard child on his lap to take photo shoots and put his baby child on the floor. He knows it's going to get a rise out of Melody when she see it because it's designed to hurt her and throw her off. Okay. To have the children outside in the freezing cold. We saw that in the video where sugar mama is crying saying, I want my mama. That's a tug. That's a heartstring tug right there. For those of you who are parents, to see your child on live crying and you're helpless and you can't do anything about it because it's his week with the children. You can't go over there and snatch him up and say, I'm getting my kids when it's his week, because it becomes a legal situation after that. And you know he's going to use that to his ability against her. Okay? To throw the children on the back of a truck at a parade with their pretty dresses on for them to be uncomfortable while you sit in the bed of the truck comfortable with your bastard child on your lap. Another means to throw her off. Okay? To take Melody to court for child custody, to take her children away from her because she will not come back and or take you back and your bullshit. And I'm going to say it right here this morning because that's what it is. 3 years in court because you can't have your way and have the woman back that you decided to disrespect, that was placed in your life to be a blessing to you. You did not know how to respect the blessing, so it was taken away from you. So now you punish her for walking away and not allowing you to continue to hurt her. It's the audacity. Narcissistic. Crazy, if you will. Psychotic. And I can keep going. Martell is mad because he lost everything. Okay? Including his plan that failed. All right? When your steps are ordered by D1, then nothing can stop you from being your best self. All right? Now, Martell has to sit back and watch Melody level up and be in a place that she was destined to be. All the things that she talked about in her marriage that she wanted to be and or do. Martell was making mental notes of those things. If y'all go back and look at the episode where Melody was telling him she wanted to do the play, and Martell found every reason in the book as to why Melody should not do that play. He wanted her to be home, who's going to cook dinner, who's going to do the laundry, who's going to watch the kids. He did not want her to be great because that diminished him as a man. And you got men out there that's like that. Nothing against men. I love men. I'm married. Okay? Yes, I am. Happily married. But you have men out there who don't want to see their woman be greater than them because that diminishes them as a man. So Martell was not happy for Melody to be doing anything great. He's not happy at seeing her on tour. He's not happy to see Sugar Mama's line sell out in a day. You know why? Because he ain't getting no money from it. He's not happy that she's not pressed about him and online every other day posting quotes about this nigga getting on my nerves. I'm sick of him. She is moving on with her life and unbothered. I showed y'all the video the other day where she was dancing in the kitchen. She is in a different headspace, so he knows that he can't hurt her. He's made mental notes of all the great things that she said she wanted to do. So now he's on a mission to try to stop and or block her, and he's realizing that everything that he does is not working. Because the person that you're really fighting against, you can't win. You're not fighting against Melody. You're fighting against the person that made her. So when you continue this type of behavior, you're only putting yourself in a position to be put down. What do they do with wild dogs? They put them down. And he is indeed a dog. Put that in your pipe and smoke it this morning, sir. You got to sit back and watch her from afar. You got to watch her do all the things that she wanted to do when she was married to you, when she was trying to bring you with her. But she didn't realize that whenever she met him, she was young and in love. She didn't realize that his time was almost up in her life. I already said it. Certain people are supposed to be in your life for a certain reason and or season. Your season is up. We're getting ready to go into spring now. Okay? You met me in winter when I was a cold bitch back then. Okay? Let me take it there. You met me in winter when I was a cold bitch back then. But it's spring now. I'm hot now. Now you want me back when you didn't appreciate me. I got to switch seasons on you and I got to walk out the door. Okay? Yeah. And it don't matter what season come after that. I'm gone. And you can no longer be privy to the blessings that I have in my life because you chose to give those things away. All right? So we're going to move on past that. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment. Let's get on to the dragon and or ratchet part of the show. Y'all know I have to give, I got to get deep on y'all just a little bit some mornings, okay? You got to switch seasons on people. You got to switch it up. You don't stay the same. You cannot stay the same with certain people. You got to switch that thing up, because when you are dealing with people who are conniving, with people who have nothing else to do in life but try to tear you down, don't do the same thing. Don't go home the same way every day. You got to switch that thing up, because you got people who are designed to try to take you down. Switch that thing up. Switch it up. As seasons change, you change. It's called growth. I don't do the things that I used to do the same way I used to do them, because I've grown from that place. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. I don't do the same thing I used to do before, because I've grown. It's called growth. Nobody is supposed to be in the same place that they started. I'm not in the same place that I was last, what are we in, March? I'm not the same person I was last March, because I've grown. And no one should still be in that space. You got to keep moving. You got to keep growing, flourishing. That's what we were all set and are destined to do and or be here on this earth. We all have an assignment. I don't know what your assignment is. All I can do is do what I'm supposed to do in terms of my assignment and why I'm here. We all have certain assignments and certain callings on our life. It's no haphazard event that I'm sitting here talking to you guys today. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is a part of my calling. So I have to accept that, and I have to move forward, and I have to act in or do what I'm supposed to do within my calling. You guys have to figure out what it is that you are supposed to be doing, because we all have an assignment. And when you're not doing your assignment, then you are not walking within your calling. We'll say it that way. Okay. We don't have a certain calling. Nobody should be idle. Martell is idle. Even he has a certain assignment and or calling on his life, regardless to the bad things that he's done. He is not acting in his calling because his focus is on trying to take somebody else down. And that's only going to self-destruct you, sir. And that's for anybody else out there who is spending so much time in trying to bring somebody else down and hurt somebody else. You're not walking and living within your calling. The only thing you're doing is self-destructing. You're self-destructing. It's not normal to spend that much time to try to hurt and or destroy someone else. It's just not. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. And that's why nothing in your life is snapping, bro. That's why it ain't popping over there. Yeah, you're gonna, like you said, I've been putting my face in my pillow and I've been crying. You're supposed to. And the tears that you're really supposed to be crying, you ain't even cried them yet. You ain't even cried. You ain't even touched the surface of the type of hurt that you have coming for you. And I don't like to speak that type of stuff into existence, but that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Okay. I don't like to be so biblical, but I also have to tell the truth. Thank you so much for the super chat, ma'am. I gotta be 100 on that. Matter of fact, let's bump it up. I want to be 1,000 as it relates to that. Touch not my anointed one. Melody has some type of anointing on her life. You can just see it on her, the way she walks, the way she exudes. It seeps out when you see her. She just has this certain something about her. You can just see it on her. Every time she comes on, and she just has it. And everybody else on the screen, everybody else in the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, they see it. They hate her because it's something in her. What's the guy in the Bible? And I don't like to keep doing biblical. The one that was out feeding the sheep didn't even know he was going to be a king. He was out feeding and herding sheep or goat or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Didn't even know David. I think it was David. Didn't even know he was a whole king out there. A whole king out there with sheep. Stop underestimating people. Just because they are not where they are going to be right now does not mean that they are not going to get there. Okay? There's a certain place that she is headed, and people see it. They see it. They see it. They see it. They talked about David in the Bible. Oh, look at him out there with the sheep. Oh, he ain't nothing. He's just a shepherd boy. Oh, really? Guess what? I'm about to be over you because I'm going to be king. How you like them apples? I'm going to be over you. Give me a few more months. Watch me. Keep your eyes on me. I'm the one you're supposed to be watching right now. That's how you gotta be with people. Stop letting people diminish you and make you feel like you ain't nothing out here. Give me a few more months. Because I got something growing inside of me. It's a seed right now. But give me a few more months. Okay? Let's move on past that thing. Y'all get where I'm coming from. I don't want to get too deep on y'all this, because I can get real deep. I can get real deep on y'all this morning, but I don't want to take it in. Let's move on, because we got some more stuff to talk about. All right. I know y'all feel it. Somebody need to hear that this morning. I had to go there. When I saw that, I said, yeah, I want to address that. All right. Ooh, we got some of the topics, Lord. I might have to pop back on later on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them all done, Lord. I do want to talk about this. All right. Deborah Lee, honey. Y'all know who Deborah Lee is. She is the CEO of BET. All right. I ran across a story yesterday that kind of struck my interest, because this happens quite a bit in the business. Okay. Yeah, I saw this. I said, I want to talk about this. Deborah Lee came forward, honey, and was talking about during the time that she first started at BET. She was working, I think, as an intern. I didn't know she was starting and bopping back then, and I don't like to say that about people, and I respect her totally. But back then, she was married. She talked about she was married, and she had an affair with the CEO back then, which was what is his name? I got his name on here. Bob Johnson. Okay, Bob Johnson, who is the CEO, he retired, which then bumped Deborah Lee up to being the CEO of BET. Okay, so she talked about how she started having an affair with him during the time that she was married, and then turned around, honey, and she wanted to break it off because she started feeling bad about having the affair on her husband. And she said that he told her, if you walk away, then you might as well walk out that door, meaning you ain't got no job no more if you break off this affair with me. So I want to share with you guys what she had to say. It was very deep, because a lot of people go through this. Don't be dating people that you work with, first of all, especially be trying to sleep your way up to the top. It just usually don't work out too well. For her, it did, because she's the CEO now. But it's just not a good thing. Don't be messing with people that you work with, because when it don't go right, when things go left, baby, you still got to work with this person. They're gonna be telling your business. You're gonna be looking crazy. Thank you so much. Person says, I love your commentary. Thank you so much for the super chat. So let's go ahead and get into this.
So important in a relationship, and especially if you're having a relationship with someone you work for. Right. And we all know the potential pitfalls. I worked for Bob Johnson for 10 years before we had a personal romantic relationship, and he was a mentor, and he pushed me, and he's responsible for a lot of my success. We did have a relationship while we were both married. We ended up both divorced, and then people knew about the relationship. The company knew, public, we started going places together. The downfall of a relationship like that is if you want to get out of it. And that's the part where it came, and I wanted to break up. I saw it wasn't a long-term relationship, and my job and my career was held over my head. And it was like, well, if you want to break up with me, then you can leave tomorrow. And that was, 20 years into my career at BET. So I would have lost everything. Yeah. I would have lost my career, my job, my ability maybe to get another job, because if I couldn't get a reference for the person I worked for 20 years, how do I explain that? And by that time, I was a single mother with 2 children. So it was a tough time, and I didn't have anyone to talk to about it, because I didn't have female role models. There weren't a lot of women ahead of me. I was embarrassed to talk to my family about it. So it was a dark time, and what saved me was therapy. And eventually Bob left the company, and I became CEO. And I was CEO for 13 years without him being there, and I was able a lot of success, right, and to live my dream, and without any form of harassment. So I guess after Me Too and Time's Up, I wanted women to know there's other kind of harassment. It's not all a man coming to the door in a robe.
What y'all think about that? The ultimatum he tried to give her: if you leave, and then you don't have a job. She was saying she was 20 years into working there, and she would have had to get a recommendation from him to get another job. And he wasn't about to do that over being bitter that she wound up leaving him and didn't want to be with him anymore. So she was stuck between a rock and a hard place. So she was forced to stay in a situation she didn't want to be in as a means to survive. And a lot of people get stuck in situations like that, and it's sad. She realized that what she was doing was not right in terms of messing with him. He was married, she was married, and they both were having affairs on their spouses. And she realized, okay, I don't want to do this no more. Okay. I don't want to fool with him like this no more. I just want to come to work and do what I need to do and go home. But he was not ready to let go. So because he was in a position of power, he used that as a means to tell her, hey, you won't have a job if you break things off with me. And you got people out there that's like that, that's controlling like that, that will not allow you to break free from them because they want to still have control over you. I don't know. Maybe she was putting that thing on him. I don't know. Y'all know. She had that staying power, it sounds like, because he didn't want to let her go. She's a beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. She had that staying power. And he wasn't ready to let her go. And it was sad that he used that as a means to try to trap her into still working for the company and using it as a means to say, well, you're not going to have a job. You're not going to be able to support yourself. You're not going to be working here no more if you break things off. That's so sad. I said Bob Johnson had a little bit of Ike Turner in him back then, it seems like. It seems like he had a little bit of Ike Turner in him. Okay. And I never knew that he was like that. I never knew they had a relationship. Okay. I never knew that. This was the first that I've ever heard of it when she did this interview. Okay. Somebody said that's so typical. It is. Okay. I'm like, y'all, please stop it with these office affairs. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Go to college, get the credentials and training that you need so that you can act on your own and get the job on your own and not using another person in terms of sleeping your way up to the top, because a lot of people do it. They feel like they have to do that. And we're better than that. You don't have to do that, because then that puts you in a position to continue to have to do that. And then you look like the office thought, okay, because other people see it. And then they say, oh, she didn't get the position on her own. She slept her way there. And you don't want people looking at you like that when you can go on and get the credentials that you need to do it on your own, because then you're forced to, like she was, when you want to break things off and do things on your own and just be great and use your own training and abilities to say, hey, this is how I got here, when, hey, you can't do that now. You messing with the CEO, which that gave her a leg up in terms of where she is. But it's sad that you had to get there by those means, because she appears to be a very intelligent woman. She appears to be very intelligent. So, hey, the embarrassment that she had to deal with in terms of dealing with him and continuing to, and she actually lost her marriage behind this situation. So that's sad. Her husband actually walked away from her behind this situation of messing with Bob Johnson. Okay. I think he's still married to his wife, which I'm sure she's going to stay because the coin is there. But yeah, Deborah Lee lost her husband behind Bob Johnson, messing with him, with his controlling ass. I did not know that he was like that, y'all. So I wanted to share that part of the story with you guys, let y'all hear about that. Something else, and let's move on to the next topic, because I got so many that I want to talk about. Gosh, I didn't realize that I put so many stories together this morning, Lord. But something I ran across, I think some of y'all are going to be happy about, and I think that I kind of touched on it a couple times, and I made mention of it. Okay, so everybody's been saying about Dr. G and Married to Medicine. So guess what? Dr. G and his fiance are reportedly joining Married to Medicine. Oh God, okay, guys, for the next season. All right, how y'all feel about that? I am so happy to hear that. Okay. It's been rumored. Now, I kind of knew something was going on whenever his fiance had been hanging out, and him as well, hanging out with different people of the cast. Now, Dr. G is, of course, friends with several people from the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville. But his fiance, who he's introduced to the group, she has started hanging out with different people. She was hanging out with Dr. Contessa. She was not Dr. Contessa. Well, yeah, she was with Dr. Contessa, with Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Simone, like a few people from the cast. She's been kind of rubbing elbows and being friends with them. And a lot of people have been seeing them hanging out. So I said, maybe they must be getting ready to be filming and or making some appearances on the show. So there's two people that they are removing from the show to replace Dr. G and his fiance. Y'all ready for this? Yes, I got a T. Phaedra Parks is officially a part of Married to Medicine. She is dating a doctor now. So she and her doctor boyfriend will be making an appearance. Okay. Anila, y'all remember Anila, the Indian girl? She is being removed from Love and Marriage Huntsville, from Married to Medicine. Okay. She no longer will be on Married to Medicine. She and her doctor husband, which I didn't feel like she had a strong storyline. Anyway, her mom was super annoying. And Dr. Contessa Metcalf, her and her husband, they are also not going to be on the show anymore. So Phaedra Parks and Dr. G and his fiance will be replacing Anila and Dr. Contessa. I like Dr. Contessa. I like her. I like her and her husband. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe their storylines wasn't as strong. I know last season they really focused more so around Contessa doing this weight loss type thing. Maybe that just wasn't, interesting enough for the cast or for the viewers, I guess. So they haven't said yet, as I see a lot of people asking, is Quad going to be there? I have not seen yet as to if Quad is going to be off the show. It might be good TV for her to be there with Dr. G and his fiance. Okay. Because it might be great TV for them to be on there with Quad on there as well. They may strengthen the ratings of the show because a lot of people want to see the interaction between Dr. G and his new fiance. And if Quad is going to be on the show, how does she feel about it? How is she going to be acting with them being on the show? So Phaedra will be on. It is official. It has been announced that Phaedra will be on the new season of Married to Medicine. Okay. Phaedra will be on the new season of Married to Medicine. All right. And let me go ahead and show y'all this. So y'all see that is Dr. G and his fiance. As you can see there, it has been announced. They have been added to the cast. Also, with that news, Dr. G's and his fiance, they're saying that their wedding will also be shown on the show. Now, I do follow him as well as his fiance. They have announced that they're doing the countdown to their wedding. So it makes sense that they would televise it, okay, on the show, which will only boost the ratings once again. So it is said that their wedding will be televised on Married to Medicine. How do y'all feel about that? I like them. They seem like they're so in love. She seems like she's so much better for him than it was with Quad. She wants to have children. She has her own money. She's retired military. She's a boss in her own right. So I'm happy that he is happy and moving on with his life, and he found somebody that can give him what he deserves. Okay. You could just see the both of them. They're in love. I'm excited. And I will definitely be watching this new season because I've been watching every other season. So they seem to be very much so in love. So yes, honey. So Phaedra will be on there with her new man, honey, who is a doctor, honey. All right. So we're going to see what the new season is giving as it relates to that. Ooh. Another person we're going to talk about, child. Let's move on, child. Moving right along. Ooh, Lord. Porsha Williams, honey. Porsha Williams is going off, honey. She goes off on Tamron Hall, baby. We're going to talk about this thing, and I'm going to show y'all the video. Tamron Hall goes off. Porsha Williams, honey, goes off on Tamron Hall for an interview that she did with her. She feels that Tamron Hall attacked her. And Porsha says she felt very attacked in her interview with Tamron Hall. We're going to play it for you so you guys can hear it. And Lonnie Love from the Rell actually came back and was taken up for Tamron Hall. Okay. So, yeah, it was crazy. So Porsha got caught in a few lies, and Tamron Hall peeped it, and she kind of called her out in the interview, and Porsha didn't like that. So now she's coming back playing victim and saying that Tamron Hall attacked her in the video. Or in the probably interview.
Had a chance instead of talking to Tamron, she would have been able to expound on that. But when you have someone like a Tamron talking to you, and she's giving you accolades, and she's, raising you up to do nothing but set you up to say something that's going to be catchy, and she can look like a journalist, then that's where you find Angela in this place, trending for the wrong thing.
What you said just now is interesting, Porsha, because I feel like Tamron Hall and her producers got together at some point and said, look, Wendy Williams is leaving, so somebody on daytime TV has to be messy. Because it feels like Tamron has been being messy on that show lately. Is it just me?
Hidden mess. Okay. It's a hidden mess. I went on Tamron's show and I was so excited. Okay. She's a beautiful Black woman. She's, branched off, got her own show.
Absolutely.
I did not necessarily feel supported on her show.
Really?
Did I expect her to agree with everything? I was promoting my book, The Pursuit of Porsha. I didn't expect her to agree with everything. But there was a turn where it turned from she probably had a chance instead of talking to Tamron. She would have been able to expound on that. But when you have someone like Tamron talking to you, and she's giving you accolades, and she's, giving you up to do nothing, to her asking questions about the book, to her kind of almost attacking me, almost making me feel like I had to justify anything that I had going on, and it just didn't feel good. It's her asking questions about the book, to her kind of... Your fiance, Simon. When is the wedding?
This is her interview.
When is the wedding? We're right right now we haven't set our date. We are dating right now. He's still courting me. You know, in the South.
How are you engaged and dating?
You don't date your husband?
No, I married him.
You should be. You should be dating. You should be keeping the excitement going. We're enjoying each other.
You're engaged to be married.
Right, and I'm still his special sweetheart. We're in the honeymoon phase. We're enjoying each other. Yeah, it'll come.
Okay.
And you don't need to be dating. We date. Dating is so important. It's important.
When he proposed, we set a wedding date and we followed through.
Yes, but you want to still keep up that nice feeling, getting dressed.
So a wedding date prevent you from doing that?
In the South, we call it.
I'm Southern.
We call it the courtship moment. And
your fiance.
Tamron was. I watched that interview. Tamron was hell when it came to Porsha, and she caught her in a boatload of lies. Okay, and Porsha could not recover from it. Okay, she couldn't recover from it. Tamron was asking her about how she and Simon met, and this whole with the rumors about her breaking up the marriage and all that. It was just crazy, y'all. Porsha didn't like that, but it was the truth. It was the truth. You went to Phelan's house and saw how Phelan was living with Simon, and you said to yourself, I want to live this way. I want to be here. I don't think she was really, attracted to Simon. I think she was attracted to the lifestyle that he was able to give her. That's what Porsha likes. Porsha likes the limelight. Porsha likes the lifestyle. Okay. That's what she likes. She likes men with money. There's nothing wrong with liking men with money, but Porsha has a certain type of man that she likes. Simon is way too old for her anyway. Yoda. I call his ass Yoda. Simon Yoda Gubadia. Okay. Porsha likes anyone who has a nice coin about them. Okay. So now she wants to play victim, like I was saying, and saying that Tamron attacked her when she was only asking the questions that everybody wanted to know the answers to. She asked some very, very good questions as it related to that. And I don't understand why Porsha want to be sitting out here acting like she's a victim, when in reality you did take somebody's husband, because during the time that you and Simon got together, he was still married to Fallon. They weren't officially divorced. You started dating him while he was married. So that was not a good look. People, of course, were going to give their opinions on that and or how they felt about it. Okay. Let me read what Lonnie Love had to say, because she did kind of chime in, and she said something in terms of, because she's saying that old girl was her friend. Let me find it for you. Can I find it real quick, or do I need to keep talking till I find it? I got so much stuff in here, Jesus. Lord. Okay, I'll find it here in a second, because I got too much going on, y'all. Anyway, Lonnie was pretty much saying that that Tamron was her friend, and that she meant no ill will in terms of asking her the questions that she asked, and that the difference between Tamron and any other talk show host is that Tamron was being very genuine in the interview, and she was not being malicious as to what she was asking Porsha. That's pretty much what she was saying in a loophole there. But Porsha, like I said, you already know, like I said, that she Tamron was going to ask those questions. You already knew coming on her show what was going to be asked. During that time, everybody was talking about Porsha being with Simon, and the fact that Porsha broke up their marriage pretty much. Fallon wanted to work on her marriage. Simon did not. He wanted to start dating Porsha during the time he was still married. Everybody was talking about that. So you're doing an interview with someone, and they are going to ask those questions. If you didn't want to ask the questions to be asked, you shouldn't have took your ass to the interview. Period. Okay. So Porsha, like I said, was mad that she was caught in all these lies. Now she wants to be doing these interviews with the Breakfast Club and any other club that would damn listen to her, while she want to be talking about Tamron and trying to throw her under the bus for doing her job. That is her job, to get down to the nitty-gritty and or the truth and ask the questions that people want to know. It was a very good interview. Porsha just could not handle it. And you could see she was trying to be sarcastic. Hey, boo. She was feeling away. You could tell. She was feeling away in the interview. All right. And she was like, don't you date your husband? And Tamron said, no, I married him. How long you try to be engaged? But like I said, Porsha be doing too much. She be doing too much. I did some digging on Porsha. Y'all know she has her Pursuit of Happiness, Pursuit of Porsha out, her book. In her book, she talks about how she tried to get her singing career off the ground. Okay. Upon her trying to do that, who was she trying to do this with? R. Kelly. Y'all already know how he rides and what he does. She said that he flew her out to go to the studio to do some music. Upon her getting there, she was supposed to go to the studio, but he had his driver take Porsha to his house. She said when she pulled up, she was like, why are we at his house? We're supposed to be going to the studio. And the driver told her, well, Mr. Kelly told me to bring you here to the house. So she gets out to go in the house. They lead her to this room where she's sitting and waiting on him, where she said she sat there and waited for hours for him to come and meet her and or talk about and or work on music. They were supposed to be working on some type of album because she wanted to sing at the time, which she does not have a great singing voice, but go off. So upon her waiting for hours for him to get in there, when he finally did get in there, she did talk about she saw several other women in the house. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Young girls as well. She spoke about it. You sat in this room for hours waiting for him to get there. Once he got in there, they proceeded to be intimate. Okay? You don't know this man. This ain't your man. What are you sleeping with him for? Okay? She wound up spending the night in that same room at R. Kelly's house. Mind you, they ain't worked on not one song. That's the same story that every other woman who, if you watch Surviving R. Kelly, everybody who said that they want to have some type of singing relationship and or career with R. Kelly, that is how it starts. You get there, he's going to talk to you, you're going to be intimate, and boom. She did the same thing with R. Kelly. Spent the night, woke up the next morning, they slept together again. So you slept with him twice and you still ain't put no music out. So that shows your desperation and or trying to be famous on your back, ma'am. And I'm going to say it because that's what you were doing. That's what you were doing. I know several people in the music industry, they can put a song out and they ain't got to lay on their back to put no song out. Okay? They ain't got to do that. But that shows your desperation to be famous. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You ain't putting that one song out. So you got flued out. Only to get flued back with no song. You got flued out for nothing. So then I guess Simon was your next come up, honey. Because, you know, Dennis, she was saying Dennis was stepping out on her. So she didn't want to be with Dennis no more. She didn't want to marry Dennis. So the next person that you saw was Simon. Simon was your next level up. So by any means necessary, regardless if he was married or not, that's who you chose to be with. That's who you chose to be with. So you took your ass down there thotting and bopping to try to get you a song. Got flued out and got flew back with no song. Okay. So yeah, she was saying she saw other girls there in the house walking around. Okay. She even heard a commotion in the other room that sounded a little questionable, but you still stayed there. Okay. So that's just how much you were desperate to be in a desperate situation that you saw several things that did not look right to you, but you still stayed there in that situation and felt comfortable enough to spend the night there as well. Not knowing this person, never been there. All the stuff that you heard, we've been hearing stuff about R. Kelly since the 90s, but you go to this person's house and you feel comfortable enough to lay your head down and go to sleep in a place where you don't feel safe. That shows your desperation. Okay. And the fact that you laid with this person the first day that you got there shows who you are as a person. And I'm just going to be real about that thing. I'm going to be real about that. Stop doing that, lady. Stop doing that. So it's in her book. For those of you that want to go check it out, you may be able to preview it online. It is called A Pursuit of Porsha. She talks about it in her book, about how she tried to get her singing career off the ground and went nowhere. Okay, I think you probably knew before you even took your ass down there to go meet up with him that you weren't going to have no career. None of the women that he's ever worked with had no career besides Aaliyah. And the only reason that she put out music and had a career is because her uncle was Barry Hankerson. He made sure that she had a career because he was her family member. He was her uncle. So, of course, he was going to make sure she was famous and put music out. You, ma'am, not so much. Okay? That's the only reason Aaliyah had music out as it related to R. Kelly, because he was doing the same thing with her that he was doing with the other girls that he was around. So I don't know why Porsha thought that she was any more special than anybody else that R. Kelly ever worked with. I don't know why she thought that. It would be different if you could sing the house down, but that was not the case. That was not the case. So I don't know what she was thinking in that situation. I don't know what she was thinking. So you jeopardized your body, your life, your reputation, and everything else for a moment of pleasure, which really speaks volumes, okay? So, yeah, when you used to sleeping your way to the top, honey, and I'll say allegedly to be cute, that's what you get out of it, okay? Whatever you get out of it, whatever you put in it, honey, is what you get out of it, all right? Moving on. Moving on. Yes. I saw another story that I want to talk about. And I ain't gonna stay on this one too long because I know you guys probably saw it in the media or whatever. We're gonna do a touch and go on this because I don't want to stay on it too long. But yeah. Okay. I ran across something yesterday that I wanted to touch on. There was 4 people from the US went to Mexico. I think you guys have heard about it. That says the 2 of 4 Americans were KID napped, okay, at GUN point, at Pow Point, okay, in Mexico and found unalive, okay. They reportedly traveled together for one of the people in the bunch to get a tummy tuck. They went for like emotional support, for like support of this one person that was trying to get a tummy tuck done in Mexico from the US. Of course, y'all know anytime you go outside the states, a lot of people go to the DR and to Mexico and other places like that to get all types of cosmetic surgery done because it's cheaper there versus here in the US, okay? So upon them going there, some type of Mexican cartel got a hold of them and unalived 2 of them. And 2 of them are badly injured. So I'm gonna read to you what it says here. I cannot play the video because it kind of shows a little too gruesome. I don't want to get a strike. Says that there has been an update in the case of the 4 abducted Americans. It says that they have been identified and 2 were found unalive. All right. Says that the 4 were reportedly on a trip for one of the friends to get a tummy tuck. They says that they have been identified as Latavia Tay McGee, Shaheed Woodard, Zendale Brown, and Eric James Williams. Okay. It says that the video above, which I cannot show you guys, shows the incidents when Americans were kidnapped shortly after getting to Mexico. Authorities believe that the group were taken by mistake. Okay. It says that the video, of course, shows that the violence of the situation plays out as armed men in body armor pulling a woman into a bed of a white pickup truck while dragging another person across the pavement, then dragging 2 additional guys who looked to be injured across the same street and putting them in the bed of the same truck. Okay, guys, be careful going out of state like that and out of the country. It says that according to the news, it says that one of the women said that she says, I entered a state of shock. Nobody honked their horn. Nobody moved. She says that everybody must have been thinking the same thing. She says, if we move, then they will see us, or they might pow us. She says, this says that it is not confirmed which 2 members of the group passed. It says that the FBI announced a $50,000 award for information to help return the victims and arrest the parties involved. Okay. So these people went over to Mexico as a means to get one person to get some type of cosmetic surgery done, only to get there and get raided by some Mexican cartels. Okay. Yeah. So they're saying that it was previously reported that the friends traveling from South Carolina, they're from South Carolina, you guys, all decided to support their friend, a mother of 6, you guys, who had a scheduled medical procedure across the border. Okay. Her name is Latavia Tay. Washington McGee. She was 33 years old. They said that they drove to Mexico with Shaheed Woodard, Zendale Brown, and their friend Eric for the surgery, but she never made it to the doctor's appointment on Friday. They said that her mother, Barbara Burgess, told the outlet. Okay, crazy, y'all. They said tragically the group got kidnapped, like we just said. They said that Latavia's mother told CNN that she was made aware of the situation on Sunday by the FBI. Of course, the video shows the group in Matamoros where they were fired upon, were pow-powed upon by an unidentified pow-powman and placed into the vehicle like we just said. They were placed on this truck, and y'all already know what proceeded after that. So they were from South Carolina, you guys, drove into Mexico to get this surgery done, did not make it back because they were in the wrong side of town in terms of being in Mexico. So they, of course, you know, you out of town, you don't know what side is the bad side, which side is not. Every town has a bad side of town that you just don't go through. Obviously, they didn't know that, and they got ambushed by these people just going to find, you know, to go get this surgery done for their friend who they came to support, and wound up in a situation that they never came home from. So they have 2 that's unalive and 2 that's badly injured. Okay. So long story short, they never got the surgery, obviously. And they're looking for any type of evidence as it relates to that. Okay. It's very, very sad. I wish I could show the video, but I cannot because it's very, very gruesome. So yeah. Yeah. So you guys can read up on that. It's on the news. God, I don't ever want to go to Mexico. I'm sorry. I know it's beautiful places in Mexico, but I don't want to go. I'm so sorry. That scared the hell out of me. The whole situation. I'm still not over the situation with Shanquilla. And I know the people that unalived her was from the U.S., but still, I don't want no parts of that. Period. I don't want to go to Mexico. I don't want to go to damn Mexico. F Mexico. Okay? For real. Obviously, they don't have no leads or nothing like that. They still ain't solved Shanquilla's case. And now there's a whole nother case where we have some Americans who've gone over there who is now unalived. And that's probably going to take for damn ever for them to figure out. And it's supposed to be behind some type of cartel mess. I'm good on that, y'all. I'm good on Mexico. Don't ask me nothing about no damn Mexico because I don't want to go. All right. In other happy news, this person, I really don't see it for this person, but the news that they gave, I will go ahead and give it. Destiny Tackleberry Payton, honey, she did announce that her dad did get to ring the bell. Y'all know he has cancer. So he did ring the bell. She said he is cancer free. As much as I don't really see it for him. So praise God for that. I'm always going to give, props where props is due. I don't have anything against her father. I think that's a great thing that he was able to do that. Okay. That he got to ring that bell, honey. Because that's a great thing. That's a great thing. I know she loves her dad. She talked about how her dad is the only thing that she has in terms of, a parent. I don't know about that because other people are saying her mom is still alive. But at the end of the day, her father did get to ring that bell. So that is always a great thing. I don't have nothing negative to say about that. Really and truly, I don't. I don't have nothing negative to say about it. I thought I had a picture and or video. I don't think I do. I thought I did, but I don't see it right now. So it is what it is. Let me make sure before I scroll on. No, I don't see it. Moving on. All right, let's move on, child. Golly, I got so much to talk about, y'all. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna save that too. I'm gonna have to do another live. All right, so let's talk about Marceau. As y'all know, they are having some type of expo, you guys, at Black's Lounge there in Huntsville. They're calling it a comeback expo, okay? A Black's Business Comeback Expo. As y'all know, Love and Marriage Huntsville is filming. This is going to be a filmed event. Everybody is scrambling for a storyline, and that's what I think it is, okay? They're scrambling for a storyline. At the end of the day, Tisha posted some flyers. Marceau posted a flyer as well. Many people in the cast posted flyers as it relates to this event. And they're calling it the Comeback Expo. Not sure why they're calling it the Comeback Expo because they're not, the comeback group really is no more. And I'm finding out that the comeback group really was just something used as a storyline, okay? It was something used as a storyline. They, I kind of did some digging on it. It's not something that's patented in terms of the comeback group, all right? But we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Many people were questioning if the comeback group was officially getting back together. Of course, it's not. Y'all already saw Melody when she said that they were not, that she didn't want to be in the comeback group anymore. She didn't want to do any businesses as it related to Martell being in there because she's not about to let him get any type of coin up off her. In terms of the Scotts as well, y'all know the last venture that they tried to have, the comeback group did not have their part of the money. They tried to be slick about it. All 6 of them were supposed to sign off and or put a certain amount of money towards a certain business venture that they were working on. Melody and Martell put theirs in. When it got to the Scotts, Maurice and Marceau was trying to say, well, our wives are going to do it. Kimmy is going to put it in on ours and Tisha's going to put it in on ours. And Melody was like, no, all 6 of us were supposed to put our credit on the line as well as put a certain amount of money on the line. And the Scotts did not have their part and they was looking for Melody and Martell to put their party in because they ain't have it. Which y'all know ain't nobody got time for that. If you're going to go in business with me, the agreement is you have your percentage and or what we agreed on to be put to the pot. You ain't got it, then you ain't gonna be in on it. And you cannot be mad when I decide to proceed without you if you don't have your part. Okay. Now, of course, we saw this past season and or in other episodes where Melody relinquished her spot with the comeback group going forward. She already talked about it, okay? Because like I said, she didn't care to do any business as it related to Martell. And of course, he was pissed about it. And when, as far as y'all remember, he called her a bad mom, jumped up. That's when he brought the kids to the office where Melody turned the old office Holt into her business. Martell was looking around like, oh, this is nice. Oh, yeah, this is real nice. That's when he decided to call Melody a bad mother, in which he snatched the kids up and left. Y'all remember, Mariah got upset and she was doing all this crying. He had to call that same bad mother to calm her down. She's such a bad mother. What you calling her for? If your child crying, you work it out. You fix it. You deal with her. Turn right back around and bite his words and call Melody for Melody to calm her down. And I know he said something reckless in the car about Melody to upset that child, but then you had to reach right back and call her to calm her down. All right. Now, they're supposed to be having some type of panel. This will be recorded on Love and Marriage Huntsville as a storyline for them, which I knew they were going to be doing. They're grasping for straws since Mel told them they can't use her in the upcoming, on the next season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, to keep her name out their mouth and stop talking about her. So they grasping for straws. So now they're doing this comeback group bullshit. So Tisha, they'll be having a panel at Black where Tisha will be giving business advice. Stormy will be there sharing her business stuff about Canvas Beauty, okay, and how to run a business, and she's going to be showcasing her Canvas Beauty products, okay. Kimmy will be there speaking on real estate, okay, and the Scotts, in terms of Marceau, will be speaking on Black and Schultz. I haven't seen anything that Schultz has done, but good luck on that, sir, and go off, okay. They grasping, y'all. They grasping. Let me show you guys the flyer, just so you guys know I ain't just out here making stuff up. Because y'all know I live to show some receipts, honey, when I'm talking about something. So let's go on and show these receipts, baby. Because you know I got them. Okay. All right. So here's the expo. Here's the expo. All right. So that's the flyer that they put out. Okay. As y'all can see, a comeback group initiative. Okay. It's going to be held at Black's Lounge. I see y'all putting it in the chat, fake storyline. You feel me? It will be filmed. Okay, it will be filmed. Stormy already put it out there as well. She has a flyer too where she's promoting. I think I put that in here too. Here's her. Okay, so this is what Stormy says with her. She says, I can't wait to see you all at the Black Expo this Wednesday, which is today. She says, I vowed to do more live events with events this year, and I'm kicking it off here. She says, I'm also going to be speaking and sharing business tips and letting my brain be picked. Good luck on that, girl. She says, P.S. wear your prettiest pink attire. And she says, wear your prettiest pink attire ever. And I'll have a free gift for you at my booth. She says, I love seeing y'all in pink. And plus, we can look cute in our pics. Okay. So let me show you guys her flyer. This is her flyer, where she's also promoting. Okay. She'll have a booth that will be set up at Black for this little business comeback expo. Okay. All right. So upon them releasing this particular thing, a fan addressed Carlos. Okay. And I'm going to read to you what the fan had to say, because the fans are sick and tired of the fake BS. All right. This is what a fan had to say. And they tagged Carlos King in it. It says, I hope and pray that the Scotts show us their real life, and I pray that you have them show their relationship. Just like you got on Robin, we the viewers are waiting for it. It says, FYI, I just wanted to give you an update on what the bloggers are planning to boycott the show if they don't, okay? It says, because everyone is speaking on your conversation about Robin Dixon. It says, plus, we as viewers are tired of all the Scotts lies. Okay, it says, but one thing about Martell and Mel is that they show their reality, which they do. But you won't see no reality as it relates to them two together because Melody don't want to film with him, okay? So, Marceau, of course, you know, he going to hop in the comments. He says, post it, pull up. He says, come out. This is a chance to market your business nationwide and connect with people on a different level. Okay, so he's promoting this Black's Business Expo, a comeback group initiative. Okay, and that is to be held today at Black's Lounge. They will be filming, of course, because Stormy already told people to come out. If you have natural hair, she's going to be showing her product and putting her product on women's hair if they have natural hair. She wants natural hair models. I think she called for like 4 natural hair models. Okay. Now, upon this whole comeback group name, I did some digging, as y'all know I like to do, because I like to get a deeper understanding on certain things when I'm looking up stuff and or talking about it. I did some digging in terms of the trademark infringement for the Comeback Group. Nothing came up. So it's a fake name. It's just something that they're using as a storyline, okay? Like I said, it seems like the Comeback Group is just a name that they were using to film for purposes only. That's something I think maybe that Carlos maybe put together in terms of the show. All right. It's not a real legit company and or business, and it's not a co-owned entity. All right. Just for you guys to know. So like I said, Melody, of course, is no longer a part of the group, as she announced in the previous seasons, okay, of this whole Comeback Group BS. So the group, they will be filming at this expo, and the group will consist of Martell, Kimmy, Maurice, Marceau, Stormy, and Tisha, okay? So I guess they're going to try to form their own new Comeback Group since Mel don't want to be a part of it. But why they put Martell in there? Because what is he coming back from? The incest wine? We know that ain't doing nothing. So, and I know he ain't got nothing to talk about in terms of business and or how to run one, because he ain't got none. But go off, honey, all right? Now, like I was saying, the Comeback Group was originally designed to spark interest of viewers of the show for its original storyline of real estate and business in Huntsville with Black business owners. Y'all know that was the original storyline for Love and Marriage Huntsville, which then they had to get the ratings up, so they started throwing all these things in there in terms of putting Melody and Martell's marital business and or infidelities on there to boost the ratings, because people don't want to just tune in to look at just real estate. They don't care if you building a house. They don't care if you cleaning out a house. They don't care about all that. So you got Carlos had to throw something in there as it relates to sparking the interest of viewers. So you got to throw some drama in there somewhere, and that's where that came from. Then putting the Comeback Group together, that was also a part of getting the ratings up in terms of storyline. So that's what it is. So the Comeback Group is not a legit business, for you guys who are wondering, because Caramel did what? Her homework once again. Okay. All right. So Tisha, like I said, she put her little flyer out, honey, and with this comeback initiative, and I think that they were doing that in terms of not having any type of issue with it just being called the Comeback Group. They're calling it the initiative, Comeback Initiative. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what that's gonna be giving, honey. We'll see. We'll see what that's giving. I don't know, because y'all know Melody says she don't want no dealings with it. All right. And I already read to you what the person had to say, and they're telling the truth. We want to know what's really going on in terms of the show, and we want to see the lies as it relates to. We want Carlos King to hold them accountable to the lies that they continue to keep telling and or showing us on this show. We talked about it yesterday. I'm tired of seeing it. Like, I get it that they got to figure out what they're going to talk about, since they cannot talk about Melody anymore. They got to talk about something. We do know that they have a business called Show, but what is Show really doing? Are you making up jobs and or businesses just to keep a storyline? Like, what's really going on? Maurice, are y'all really fixing credit over there? Are y'all gonna be showing that this season? Like, what is his story? Well, I'm interested to see what their storyline is going to be this season. All right. But you know, they needed Melody for this whole Comeback Group thing, and since she is not in it, then of course they are struggling, because they were mad at all of the business ventures that Melody was allowing them. In terms of riding her coattail with this particular Comeback Group BS. All right. All right. So let's see. I had one more thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to get on out of here. I don't want to hold y'all too much. Lord, it's so much. It's so much. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get it. I saw something that that Marceau posted. Let me share that with you guys. Do I still have it? I hate when I can't find stuff, y'all. I got to be a little more organized. Y'all forgive me. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. Give me just a second. I'm trying to throw so much tea out to you guys today, so y'all have a lot of stuff to kind of think about. Marceau, like I said, he was talking about some tacos and tequilas also at Black. So like I said, they're coming up with all different types of things to talk about and or give us, you guys, as it relates to storylines this season. So they're doing some type of karaoke thing for 25 R&B singers at Black. Okay. Tacos and tequilas, honey. Okay, here you go.
Sorry, I'm sweating. Just got from the gym. Hey, y'all, we having karaoke tonight at Black. And it's basically my album release party. Something's going wrong, cause you got an attitude, and you're not in the mood like you used to. Hey,
that's all we're gonna play of that. Because we can't play music. Y'all hear that BS? Marcel, please don't do that no more. But yeah, so I was like, y'all, please make sure y'all call Blue Cross Blue Shield, honey, when y'all go there to be trying to order any food and or drinks from Black. You might want to bring your own cup, honey, because y'all know it's nasty up in there. But yeah, they are going to be having some type of karaoke BS as it relates to Black. Another means to have a storyline. Okay, so of course that will be a filmed event too. All right, so that should put some more money on the books for them, because y'all know they don't have about three customers a month anyway up in there. They from everybody that I've talked to that either lives down there or have been by Black, they're always saying there's hardly nobody there. They don't really have that many customers there unless they throw some type of big event. Then they use that as a means to try to make the money up on the back end. Okay. So like I said, that should put some money in their books from the little 3 customers that they have their child, so that they can get some money from them little backwoods artists down there trying to be singing, honey, yodeling on the mic out there for some camera time and some free chocolate in a bottle, honey. All right. So yes, honey, do what you got to do out here, Marceau, while you out here trying to sing and promote your little line out here, child. Hey, listen. I said, Lord, no wonder Tisha stay crying and depressed with him doing that type of singing, child. If you singing like that in her ear, I see why she be crying. And out here talking about, Martho, why folk come? Okay, your voice sounding like you got gerbils biting you up the ass, sir. Why folk come is that? Why folk come? Oh, you sound like you got gerbils biting you up the ass out here, Marceau. But yeah, like I was saying, you might need to call the Board of Health, honey, to be coming up over there and checking out Black as it relates to they're gonna be giving out tacos and stuff, y'all, at Black. So please make sure you bring about a Pepto-Bismol. Please bring your own cup and your own fork, honey, because y'all know they don't be cleaning up over there real good, allegedly. That's what the streets are saying, honey. Right? So yes, honey, make sure that y'all be doing that, bringing your own stuff, because y'all know that they don't be cleaning up like they need to. The bathrooms be nasty. We already saw that, and we already saw that from somebody that actually was there. Yes, shout out to Anthony Lofties for exposing that, honey. They don't be cleaning up over there at Black. So please make sure you bring your own fork and or spoon and your own cup when you go to this event over at Black. Don't be eating nothing from there. Bring your own food too. All right. Of course, y'all know Tisha, honey. Tisha is out here. She is promoting a new hair care line. All right. She's trying to be like Mel. Let's go and talk about that, and we're gonna get on out here. Tisha is promoting a new hair care line for her daughters. Okay. They do have beautiful hair. Okay, it would make sense for her to have that since her kids do have beautiful hair, but it sounds like it's something else that she's doing to copy off Melody. Same thing Stormy is doing. Like I said, Stormy has not been promoting her line and or any type of business that she has put out since Melody has been putting her stuff out, and it's been selling out in a day. When Melody put out her Sugar Mama line, that is when Stormy wanted to be promoting her stuff. Now it's looking like Tisha has put out a hair care line, honey, for her girls, all right, as a means to copy Mel. And I think that she got the help and or boost from Stormy, okay? She done befriended Stormy long enough for her to kind of get a little business venture out of her. And then y'all know this friendship is going to go south after that, because that's how she was with Melody. As long as Tisha stayed up under Melody, she stayed up under her so that she could get businesses and she could be okay and be financially okay. Y'all know that they got short from Melody and Martell, okay, and other businesses other business ventures as it relates to being around Melody. So when Melody cut the friendship off, of course, she went and found friendship somewhere else. Tisha and them know that Stormy and them got a little corn up on them, so she gonna, brush shoulders and elbows with her as a means to be friends with her. So what did she get out of this friendship? The help to get a hair care line out. All right. Y'all know Tisha lives to be copying Melody. All right. And do whatever she can to be like Melody. Let me give y'all some examples. So nobody will be saying I'm just out here capping, because that's not what we like to do over here. All right. So Melody started her Embrace. Y'all remember Melody had Embrace. She used the MB as her logo. Tisha comes back and also uses the MB logo as well for her mommy business. Y'all remember that? All right, so Melody did the whole I'm going to show you the blueprint Tisha in a conversation which was filmed on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Tisha started doing speeches where she was spitting on everybody, honey, and telling everybody that she's going to show them the blueprint to business. So once again, she was copying Melody. All right. Melody was shown on national television on Love and Marriage Huntsville with her short yellow feathery dress on. Tisha just was shown, honey, talking about that she was getting some type of key to the city, which I already said, I don't know who's stupid enough to be giving her a key to nothing, because y'all know she got sticky fingers. So she was also shown in a with the long split yellow dress, the same replica of Melody's, with the feathers up front, just like Melody's dress. Same replica. Okay, we've seen Tisha have same hairstyles as Melody. She lives to be like Melody. Okay, because she's jealous. All right. So Melody was doing speaking engagements all over Huntsville and the surrounding areas. Tisha decided she wanted to do speaking engagements, getting up there, getting tongue-tied, twisted up, honey, and spitting on folk and forgetting what she wanted to say. Speaking is not your lane, Tisha. Okay, you got to learn how to speak first before you speak to people. All right. So in an effort for her trying to be like Melody, she got up there looking stupid. She didn't give a damn. Okay, because she wanted that clout. All right. So Tisha got close to, like I said, Stormy, and befriended her in order to conjure up a hair care line for her daughters. All right, to try to get a little money up off some folk, honey. Yes, so the friendship, like I said, is about to be over between her and Stormy very soon, because as long as Melody was giving and contributing to Tisha and Marceau's level up, Tisha was buddy, and now she hates Melody and is now feeling like she has to compete. Thank you so much, Sugar, for the super chat, dear. All right. So Tisha says that she don't want to be involved with the 47 acres deal, okay, because she's pissed because you're not going to be involved in it. That business deal has already been taken out of your hands, dear, to be put into Melody's hands through Chris Fletcher. So, of course, you don't want to be involved, and that is your cop-out and or way of not feeling bad and publicly humiliated, because that is a, $35 million business that was supposed to be going forth, and you are not going to be privy to that. So what better way of not feeling bad and or embarrassed as say, I don't want to be a part of it because Melody and Martell. No, you don't want to be a part of it because you can't be a part of it, okay? Yes, you are being a total cop-out in that manner, ma'am. All right, so Stormy, like I said, let's talk about her. Stormy is mad that her kids line is not successful after claiming that it was out before Melody's, okay? And she also made a statement as to say that Melody rushed and white labeled her product, but it doesn't matter. She says, but it don't matter what label. I'm saying that it don't matter what label you use on it as long as the shit sell, okay? Melody sold out in a day. Stormy is mad, and the kids line that she put out don't even look like it was originally a kids line. It looked like it was supposed to be another type of canvas beauty line that she was going to use. But then when she saw that Melody was out here selling her stuff and that it was selling out, she reached back and used this particular label to put it out to say that it was her son's line. And it didn't do well because we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard her talking about it selling out, because I know she would have been screaming it from the mountaintops, because she lives to be trying to overshadow Melody, as to say that, you know, my business sold out. My business sold more than Melody. She would have announced it by now. We haven't heard anything, which leads me to believe that it didn't do anything. Okay. I'm just saying. It didn't do anything. You ain't talking about it. You ain't bragging about it. So it leads me to believe that you didn't do anything. All right. So Stormy Beak still, we're happy, honey, that you are finally somewhere being quiet until you get to do this little expo so that you can be lying to people and trying to tell them in terms of how to run a business when you don't know how to run your own, okay? Yeah, you know how to run your own business. You do not know how to run your own business because you still have orders in the warehouse while you talk about giving out free gifts to people when you have not sent out people's orders. All right, Stormy. So thank you guys so much for being here. I try to give you guys so much to talk, so many titles and or topics this morning to kind of think about. I appreciate you guys being here. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Had to give you guys a little insight. We had to get deep on you guys a little bit this morning. We also had to do a little bit of dragging. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you so much, Mods, for doing such an awesome job. If you have any content creators that's in the building today, thank you guys for being here as well. We got over 1,021 people in the building. Yes, we got 578 likes. I know we can do better than that. If you did not hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. Please also subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the cash apps. And thank you so much for showing love. All right. We're going to get on out of here. Says we love you, Caramel. Hold on. Says we love you, Caramel, beautiful mods and chat. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Says you get a Gucci bag, you get a Gucci bag. Right. Get a Gucci bag just to go sell it and tell everybody that you lost it at the airport. Y'all know how it works. But thank you guys for joining. Y'all enjoy your day, and we will talk to you guys later. All right. Again, this is Car Chronicles, even though I am home. But y'all enjoy. All right. Love you guys that way, and goodbye. Yes.